Hi, I'm Dennis Branch with Smart Retail, and I'm excited that you wanted more information on what we can do. Now, retail analytics is very, very vast. There's many ways you can go about getting retail analytics, but for the most part, the biggest shock to most people when you research it is it's $5,000 per store to deploy the hardware on average, and over $500 a month to monitor the service. And that's just too much for a small to medium-sized business. I was in retail for 20 years, and I can honestly tell you that if I went and tried to secure solutions like this, it just wasn't in the budget. However, we have come along with our analytics guru, and I can assure you that what you're about to see is truly an answer to what you've been looking for and very affordable, with plans starting at $39. Now, when you become a member of the Smart Retail family and we unleash our analytics guru in your business, you're going to see something like this. Let's take a look at the dashboard. Now, what you will see is when you log into your own portal, we will customize this to fit your stores, right? Whether you have 5 stores, 1 store, 100 stores, it doesn't matter. This will all be captured at a high level, low level, store level, however you want it. But for this example, we're going to cover 4 key categories that most retailers want. Your foundation category is your people counting. How many people come and go in your store? Okay, we have demographic. Now, demographic is going to tell you of the people that enter your store, how many are male, how many are female, and what's the age group. And that technology is very accurate. Dwell zone is going to tell you how long people dwell in a certain area. For example, if you have a kiosk that has Apple accessories, if you're a cell phone store, you may want to know, are a lot of people engaging with the Apple accessory wall, or are they engaging with the Samsung accessory wall? We can tell you that. Lastly, heat map is basically the traffic pattern of your store. If you were to look at where people enter, where they go, do they go to the left, do they go to the right, are they going straight to the center? It will allow you to engage properly with your planogram and ensure that you have the right items in the right place. So let's jump right in. So as we look into the first category, it's people counting. Now again, this is in and out traffic. Now you may ask yourself, what's the value with in and out traffic? Well, imagine this screen here may have multiple stores where you can look to compare store A against store C. That's one use. Maybe you have a lease coming up and you want to know, should you move out of that location because your traffic volume's down? But one of the key things you can look at, if you notice, you can look at a week category, you can look at yesterday, you can look at the last 24 hours. You can also sort this by the hour, by the day, by the week. But for this example, we're going to go over the last 30 days, and this is one retail store. Now, if you look, they're open 7 days a week, so this store is actually open 7 days a week. But as you look through, you're going to see there's a dip right here. Now, the dip is actually the weekend. All right, so if we start over here Saturday, we had 266 people in our store. We jump over to Sunday, the traffic then picks up. Monday, it even picks up and then goes back down on Tuesday. It goes back up on Wednesday and then back down. But if you notice, there's a pattern. The traffic is dipping on the weekend. Now, why is that? Maybe we need to dive a little deeper into the category of, are we attracting the right mechanisms with our marketing to bring people in on the weekend? Do we need a more aggressive offer? And also, one key point here that we work with a lot of people on is your staffing. So we can do labor prediction and tell you how you should staff your store based upon this data and some specifics that we gain from you. Very valuable. You can also use this to engage to see if your marketing is working. If you have a new radio ad, or maybe you want to compare one store to the other, maybe you run a newspaper ad in one part of town and you don't on the other, and you want to see if that newspaper ad is truly bringing in people to your store. This right here will capture that. And again, you can break this down by week, by hour, by day, however you would like, and it showcases this in a graph, and you can quickly identify what you're looking for. Now, if we scroll a little bit further down, you're going to see something called demographics, which is this tab right here. Now, with demographics, the way this works is actually, this is going to showcase to you the people that do enter your store. Who are they? Are they a man? Are they a woman? And how old are they? So maybe you're appealing to kids. Maybe you want to know if you're appealing to senior citizens. Maybe you want an adult crowd. Well, this is going to capture that data with very sophisticated camera equipment that captures the face as they enter your building. And that will therefore put that into a report that you can see right here. So if we jump right into this one, again, you can break this down by demographics, by the day, by the hour, by the week, and you can also compare multiple stores in one view. So if you want to see, is your targeted ad towards female millennials capturing the right demographic? People that love marketing love this category, and this is very exciting. So if we look at this one store in the last 30 days, 76% of the traffic is female, which is this category right here. So this is a high-level overview. And if you had multiple stores, this would be a high-level overview of all of your stores. Then you break it down by region, by store, however you would like. Okay? And if you look a little further, again, 23% of your traffic is male. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you anticipated, right? So that's one key category it'll give you. Also, of the people that entered your store, are they kids, adults, and seniors? In this example, adults do come in the most in this particular store at 63.9%. We jump over to seniors coming in the last place with 16%, and then obviously kids in the middle. Okay? And in the next category, which is time spent, you'll notice there's 3 colors as well. This is breaking down the same demographic as in the age group. So the pink will actually represent adults. So adults do spend the most time in your store, and it's tied between seniors and kids. So this is going to give you an idea of how long each category of people stay inside your store. And if you look a little further down here, you're actually going to see this broken down by day, is how this is breaking down. So if you notice, Tuesday we had a large group of females and a very slender group of males come in. And if you want to jump to a different category in this bottom graph, you can select it right here, and then you can jump along and see each day in the age group, and then obviously you could jump over to the duration. So of each category, how long are they staying? Now, if you want to increase the stack bar, you can do so this way to give you a bigger view. And again, if this was multiple stores, you could have all of your stores roll up into this view or go one by one and compare them. This data right here that you're looking at can actually be exported into PDF or Excel and pushed out to your marketing teams, or maybe you have an advertiser and you want to get real specific and you say, here's my issue, let's target this problem. Very easy to export. A lot of people do that, and it's a very popular feature that we sell here at Smart Retail. Jumping down to dwell zones. Now, a lot of you have probably heard of dwell, and truly dwell is actually an area that's probably the most exciting because you get to pick what we want to pay attention to. In this particular example I'm going to show you, this is a cell phone store. This is actually live data. This is over the last 30 days. They wanted us to break down their Apple display wall, their Samsung device wall, and their Kindle Fire wall. So we have the Amazon Kindle versus the Apple versus Samsung. So if you want to take a look a little bit, I'm going to enlarge this area here. This is the last 30 days. Now, the color code here is basically indicating how long they're staying in each area. The darker the color, in this case orange, means they've stayed there a long time. If it's yellow, they've been there kind of between 5 and 10 minutes. And then in green, it's under 3 minutes is kind of the variation here. So let's take a look. So we're going to compare Apple versus Samsung versus Amazon for this particular retailer. If we notice, the first tab we've popped onto right here is actually Apple devices. Now, if you notice, the vast majority of people every day I'm going through here are staying inside of the zone for a long time. Meaning that of all the people that walked in your store, the ones that did interact with the Apple devices are staying there very long. Now, if we jump over into the Samsung wall, we're going to notice here as this loads, you're going to see kind of the Samsung similar to Apple, a little less of a long period of time. However, it's doing fairly well. There are some days, for example, on Saturdays, it looks like the Samsung wall does not get enough attention. It looks like the weekends, the Samsung wall is going down. Maybe we can engage more people during the weekend. We can figure that out. And then if we jump over to the Amazon Kindle, this particular wall, you'll notice that it's not getting very much attention. And if you notice in this particular example, the Kindle does have busy days. It appears that Thursdays and Fridays, which is the days I'm looking at here, are actually very busy. Again, you can export this data. You can send it out to your teams. You can push it over to your marketing teams and let them know, hey, look, we're having an issue. Let's redo our planogram. Let's get this fresh. All right? And the last section we're going to cover is called heat map. Now, heat map's very popular with retailers for a couple of reasons. Obviously, you want to know where people are going in your store, but maybe you're a mall and you sell out kiosk space and you want to be able to tell people exactly where the hot spots are, and you can actually charge more to your tenants by letting them know more people are actually engaging with this particular area. This is what this will do. So a heat map, this is an example of an office cubicle. So if you notice, there's very intense coloring over this direction. There's intense coloring over here. However, the darker, the deeper the color, the more traction, and that's definitely a hot spot. That's where you want to put your accessories, your clearance items. That's your prime location inside of your store. In some cases, that may be a good thing. In other cases, it could be a bad thing. Maybe it's at a register where people are taking a long time to check out. You'll see if the traffic patterns are very congested, and it will quickly let you know kind of how your store is operating from a visual perspective with what we call heat map technology. It also will kind of guide you if people are entering to the left, if they're going to the right, if they go straight to the back of the store. All of this information can be derived from the heat map technology, and it's a very popular feature right here at Smart Retail. So we certainly thank you for listening to a couple of moments of our demonstration of the Retail Analytics Guru here at Smart Retail. And for more information, you can absolutely join us online at smart-retail.com, or feel free to send us an email at info@smart-retail.com. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to talk to you soon.